The journey to Cohn Clark for me really began at a young age when I decided to go to law school. And I had this professor who was a practicing attorney. She had us write a Supreme Court brief, and then she and some other attorneys served as the Supreme Court justices. And we had to go in and argue our cases to them. And it didn't matter if you won or lost, you were just looking for a good grade. And she approached me after that whole process. And at that point in time, she knew I was interested in going into law enforcement, and she said, "Don't go into law enforcement. It's a noble career, and I know you're really interested in it, but you write too well, and you have analytical skills that others don't have. You would make an exceptional lawyer." When she made that comment to me, I had been actually questioning in my mind whether or not law enforcement was the right choice for me. And so the next logical step for me, having an interest in the law, was law school. I had been offered a job, so that was of course attractive out of law school. I spent 20 years representing and defending people who were being sued in lawsuits through their insurance companies. I was influenced by a lot of seasoned attorneys who were exceptional lawyers, who really knew how to try cases. And it was ingrained in my mind at a very young age as a trial lawyer that these claims that all of these people are making, they're all frivolous. And they're not worth the amount of money that they're claiming that they're worth. And so I kind of latched onto that and that mindset as a young attorney, I think until I got a little bit older in my practice and then realized that you may have some of those claims, but there are very few of them actually, and that most people who are presenting injury claims have legitimately been injured and really should be fairly compensated. Last summer, I was going through this deliberative process and had become a little bit disenfranchised with the insurance industry, and get a call out of the blue one day from Matt Clark. You know, Matt and I have known each other since I've been in law practicing for 20 years. I think he's been practicing for 21. I've always been on the other side of the fence, right? So Matt and the attorneys at Cohn Clark are the ones filing the lawsuits, and here I am, the attorney on the other side defending the lawsuits. We had really developed a mutual respect for one another and really got along and considered Matt a friend, and he called me out of the blue one day and he said, "Hey, what do you think about switching sides and doing plaintiff's work instead of defense work?" I had a moment where I realized that I have the skills to help people who have been victims and their families who have been harmed because of the negligent or intentional or reckless acts of other people. And so I walked out of that meeting and it was really life-changing for me. And I had this opportunity that had been extended to be by Matt and David, and I said, you know what? It's time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the switch. I'm going to help people. As an attorney who's been defending cases for 20 years, I bring intimate knowledge of how the insurance companies look at cases and how to evaluate cases. But I also bring the willingness to take on the tough case and to walk into a courtroom and to represent a client in front of a jury and try a case.